The 1001st edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Chalkx. Make real money predicting sports. Chalkx is available in all 50 states, and you get $20 free with promo code SGPN. That's Chalkx, promo code SGPN.
Howdy ho, DeGenerinos. Welcome to episode 1001. We've broken off the next 1001 of the MMA Gambling Podcast and the Sports Gambling Podcast Network that's dedicated to Jeremy Ramasar, who thanks us for covering the regional events that we cover. You are quite welcome. We got another regional event coming down today. I'm Chikatoro, Jeff Fox, with me. Danny Gumby Vreeland. I Googled Chikatoro. It doesn't mean anything really. I wanted to make sure it wasn't something.
But in if that's Spanish, Chica is girl and Chica is girl and Toro is bull.
Bull, yes. So maybe I'm bull girl, which is fine by me.
I like that.
Which is even funnier. Maybe I'll just be bull girl. Maybe that's what I'll turn into eventually. But yes, regional events coming down. We got some Fury FC coming down today with a million fights on the card. Most of them amateur fights. So we're not going to cover them all. How many? They have 23 fights scheduled for. I mean, this coming Sunday, Gumby.
By the way, I'm just going to be honest. I've been to a lot of regional events in my life. LFAs, Cage Titans. You know, like when they say that fights start at like 4 o'clock, you're like, sick. Yeah. 4 o'clock, I can get out of there before dinner, watch some really good fights, and then you show up and they're like, here are a couple of toddlers having a grappling match in the cage. And I'm just like, wait, what? And then they're like, yeah. And then we'll start the first of our 29 fights. And you're like, I'm never going home. Like, I live here now. It's like, on one hand, it's beautiful because, like, you know, if you were in for a full day of MMA and that's what you really wanted, that's fine. But when it surprises you, it is pretty daunting. 23 fights is a lot of fights.
It is. You get your money's worth. That's for damn sure. 2 o'clock start time. So basically they're going all day and all night, basically is what it is. Unless these amateur fights they're all 3-minute round amateur fights.
And I'll be honest, a lot of those amateur fights take about 45 seconds. Yeah. So some of them are quick.
They have to drag out the dead body and bring in the new people. It takes time though, right? In between these fights, that's the thing. So yeah, that is Fury. We covered Octagon already. We've covered LFA. We've covered KSW. So you're going to be all set for this coming weekend's regional MMA, and then next week we're back to normal, basically. 3 regional events and 2 UFC episodes. So back to the normal sked next week. Let's dive into some Fury. I have to remind you that it's a new year. If you just woke up, you degenerate, and you haven't realized it, new year, new gear. The SGPN merch store has a bunch of new items for the new year. And right now you get 10% off everything with promo code 2026. So go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Check out all the MMA Gambling Podcast gear first, obviously, and then you can buy other stuff as well. 2026 at checkout gets you 10% off. All right. Fury FC 113. We have a current UFC champion that used to fight in Fury. Gumby, do you know who that is?
Yeah. Joshua Van. In fact, yes, he fought one of the guys on this card.
Exactly. That's what made me think of it. So yes. So Fury is basically a feeder for the Contender Series, but sometimes, you know, fighters go even further than that as they go all the way to the gold. So Fury FC 113, Kamara versus Silva, Houston, Texas, if you want to go on Sunday, 2 p.m. start time, as I said. The Imogen venues, which is where they always are in Houston, 23 fights, as I said as well. Pretty much the whole bottom half is all like amateur fights. So we have covered amateur fights before on here. There were some desperate times, but we don't have to for this fight. At the very least, I don't know if this fight's going to be good or not, but we have some good nicknames for the first fight we are covering. Kyle Todrank, Paul Garza. They are both from the United States. According to Sherdog, it says this is a featherweight fight. There's nothing listed right now.
Oh, I had it as a lightweight fight, but it could be featherweight.
No, because one guy, Garza, is a lightweight. Todrank is a featherweight. So
Garza's made 150 before, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I've ever seen him at 45, but I have seen him at 50. So maybe it's catchweight. I saw lightweight listed on socials at one point in time.
Okay,
but I'm not sure if that's correct.
Yeah, the only place like I said, only place I saw it was Sherdog. There's nothing on Fury site, nothing on Tapology. So, anyhow, well, let's break her down. Garza screwed up is the nickname, which could be my nickname too. 7-4, 1 knockout, 4 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted once. 6-3 in Fury. He's won 2 straight, and he's gone 5 out of his last 6 have gone with him having his hand raised. He won his submission via submission in his last fight. Having a good time talking here, and usually fights at 155, as I said. Todrank, cutthroat, all one word, beautiful. Cutthroat versus screwed up. Cutthroat is 4-2 with 1 no contest, 1 knockout, 2 submissions. He's been submitted once. 2-2 with 1 no contest in Fury. He's won 2 straight and 3 of 4. Past 2 wins both came via finish. Years younger than Garza, an inch taller. No odds for this fight yet. We have odds for the rest of the card that we're covering, though.
Yeah, my guess for the odds on this one, probably Todrank, like -250. And he's going to be my pick here. While Garza has some things I like about him, like he's clearly comes from a Muay Thai background, or even better, it's just the martial art he favors the most. He's sometimes stomps that front foot. Some of his like front elbows kind of like look like he's wants to do Muay Thai, but he's like not really as crisp as you would expect a guy who's really into Muay Thai to be. Like he can be really wide with his punches from time to time. There's some instances that make me think like, hey, maybe this guy is good at grappling, but then like there's other moments where he looks kind of shoddy. He has like nice trips, which again would be consistent with being a Muay Thai guy. His jiu-jitsu has looked not bad in the past. But like, basically what I'm saying here is that there's like a lot of pieces and he hasn't really seemed to fit it all together yet. And when you watch Todrank, like I kind of think the opposite. Like this is a guy who seemingly figured out a way to put all of his things together. And while he could definitely sharpen up certain pieces of it, like it fits together nicely. So like his striking blends well with his grappling blends well with his striking, versus like Garza, where you're like, oh, that step and elbow was kind of cool, and now we like wait a minute to see what he's going to do next. And with Todrank, like, first of all, very crisp with the striking, probably much crisper than Garza, who, like I said, can be like wide sometimes. And then Todrank, like too, I've seen him catch a kick before and like turn it into a double leg, and it was like, very strong, nice top control. Didn't really worry about him on the ground getting submitted or anything like that. So knowing that Garza is a Muay Thai guy who does like throw kicks, I could see him winding up on his back a little bit here. But even if it took place mostly on the feet, I think Todrank is just like the sharper guy here, the one who's more likely to do damage, and probably the one who should win. So give it to Kyle Todrank.
All right. Lock her in. Let's move up the card. As I said, we have odds for the rest of the fights now. All right, main card fight. Middleweights, Brandon Holmes versus Preston LaGrange, both from the United States of America. We'll tell you about. You've seen the odds, I assume, for everything, right?
I have. This one surprised me a little bit.
This one is officially a pick 'em as of this recording. LaGrange, 1 shot, 4-0, 2 knockouts, 2 submissions. So he's finished everyone. He hosted some rounds. This is his Fury debut. He's a regional champ, or was a regional champ, a year younger than Holmes, an inch taller, -118. Holmes, 5-1 with 3 knockouts. He's been knocked out once, 1-0 in Fury. TKO in his last fight, which was on Contender Series, because who TKO'd him, Gumby?
Cam Roaston, who you're going to catch on a future episode of the Top Turtle MMA podcast.
And he's -118 as well, Holmes is.
I was a little surprised on this because, like, if you watch Holmes, first of all, some people were taking him in that Contender Series fight. I even remember our Discord popping off and being like, hey, should we get in on Brandon Holmes here? Ultimately, Cam Roaston looked pretty darn good, and he's looked pretty good in his UFC stint so far. And he didn't win, but there's lots to like about Holmes. He's like very explosive. Is he raw still? Yes, he's very raw. He's very hittable. But he uses some like nice leg kicks. He's clearly got a good chin because like he's taken some big shots and just come back from them. Preston LaGrange, I'm gonna be really honest with you. When I've watched all of his film, it's like I don't want to say his only redeeming quality. That's mean. No, I'm going to say that. His only redeeming quality, in my opinion, was how hard he hits. It's like I watched and I was like, man, he just gave up that takedown so easy. Man, his head doesn't move at all when he comes forward. Man, his like pressure is chasing and it's not cutting off the cage. And like you just kept being like, wait, this guy's got what record? And then all of a sudden the right hand comes out and sleeps a dude. And you're like, it's just like it's middleweight. Right, it's a regional ass middleweight, and that's like what they do is they have like one shocking attribute that like carries them through. So there is a chance here that LaGrange walks forward, and maybe that's why we're seeing the odds so close. Like that he walks forward, eats one punch and gives one back, and he truly has like crazy power. But with the like chin that we've seen from Holmes, I sort of believe he can take one or two of what LaGrange is throwing. And like being that he's so much better in grappling and that LaGrange is so hittable, I think Holmes is going to find more home for his offense, and he's going to be able to take him down. He's going to be able to keep him in position. And like, regardless, like he should be able to stay away from that bomb from LaGrange. And hopefully even if he eats one, he takes it. So yeah, I'm going to take Brandon Holmes as even money here.
All right. Take Holmes on this play. So people in Discord, they were just asking you for the future if they should take Holmes. Don't take him on Contender Series, but take him on Fury for sure. So,
that's it.
How did he get on Contender Series anyhow?
It was a short notice fight. Cam Rustin was supposed to fight. Man, who is he supposed to fight? I don't know. Kick it to the ads and the intern will tell you.
All right. We're going to tell you about a new sponsor of ours, Avo. Make more money betting sports with Avo. That's about AVO. Avo is the best sports betting tool that helps you make a profit every time you decide to place bets. They do this by spotting arbitrage and plus EV opportunities for you faster than the competitors, and they keep you organized in one place. If you're new to arbitrage betting, you're finding opportunities in the market where you bet both sides to lock in a profit. Plus, Avo has the cleanest dashboard around. It's super easy to understand and use, but they also teach you how to use it with step-by-step video guides in case you have questions. Just sign up, pick the sportsbook you use, and let Avo tell you how much to bet to guarantee a profit. Still unsure? Check out their free Discord at AVO Official. That's AVO Official, and see the success people are having for themselves. Get started now at avo.bet and use promo code SGPN for $18 off. That's avo.bet, promo code SGPN for $18 off. And Kalshi, a real money prediction market. Legal in all 50 states. In all 50 states, you can trade tons of markets and sports, including NFL, college football, college basketball, NBA, NHL, and more. Plus, you can even trade props like first touchdowns. Besides sports, they have tons of other markets, including politics, entertainment. Hell, they even have weather plays. Right now, if you bet that it's going to be a horrible snowstorm up here, you are going to win. Or if you trade that. Kalshi, you can trade anything. Gumby has some ideas of things you can trade. Check out his article, sportsgamblingpockets.com. He writes articles on nice things he sees on Kalshi. New Kalshi customers get $20 when they use promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And the answer is, Gumby, did you look it up?
Oh, yeah. He was supposed to fight John Kuhneman, whose nickname is AK-47. He's one of the, I want to say he's a champ in Anthony Pettis Fight Club.
Okay, cool. Got it. All right. We're going to flyweights, which is good. We like ourselves some flyweights. Paris Moran. He is from the United States. German Orpineda Ponce. He is from Mexico. He's got a great nickname too, which I might have to steal. 500 rounds, 125. Ponce El Macho is the nickname. Gumby. Fantastic. 4-9-1 with 1 no contest. That's not so fantastic. He's knocked out 3 people. He's been knocked out twice, submitted 4 times. 2-4 with 1 no contest in Fury. 1-2 with 1 no contest over his last 4. 2-6 with 1 no contest over his last 9. No contest came in his last bout. A year younger than Moran, plus 1,000. Moran, 12-3 with 1 no contest. 3 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted once. 12-3 with 1 no contest in Fury. He's the former champion of the promotion. He's the one that lost to Joshua Van, right?
Yeah, and yes. He actually, if you go back and watch that fight, he kind of dominated Josh Van in the first round. Like he had a bunch of takedowns or just one takedown that resulted in like a whole round of grappling. But like he was winning that first round and got caught in the second.
Yeah, that's gonna happen when you fight Joshua Van. All right. He's gone 5-1 with 1 no contest over his last 7. He did lose his last belt though. He's fought at 135, 3 years younger than Ponce, minus 2,000.
You guys know I don't go out of my way to take a plus 1,000 underdog, although apparently I did on the LFA episode. Took a little flack for that.
Yeah.
But this is a perfect example of how like not all plus 1,000 underdogs are created equal. Like that fight should kind of be close and a lot closer than the odds suggest. This one should be not close at all. Moran is a exceptional athlete. As I mentioned before, he's a guy who went in there and wrestled Joshua Van for a whole round. Granted, 3.5 years ago at this point. So, kind of a different Joshua Van than we saw. But he also went in there and wrestled Freddie Rodriguez, who, is a very high level wrestler, went in there and outworked him in that fight. I think that was Fury or CFFC, one of those two promotions. And his wrestling has been really great, over his whole career. And he's sort of rounded things out 12-3 against some really high level of competition. He's a really, really, really good prospect. And then on the other hand, Ponce, I don't know if he just Moran just needed a fight or this is a late replacement situation, but there's no reason for this dude to be in the cage with him. His biggest weakness is his submission defense and his wrestling. He's a guy who goes in there and swings wild, seems to not care if he's being taken down, and then is usually submitted shortly after being on the mat. And Paris Moran will oblige you with that style. He's really, really good at that style. I expect this fight to take maybe 1 minute. Give me either a rear naked choke or a guillotine for Paris Moran.
All right. Lock it in, as I like to say here. Let's give you one more winning play here, shall we? This one is we got two title fights at the top of the card. I forgot to tell you off the top of the show, but we got the Fury Flyweight Championship, which Moran maybe will be going for if he wins that fight again. It sounds like Topology.
I don't know why he's not necessarily going for it now. I feel while these guys have less spotty records, right? They're both shiny, just special. Yep. What's Suzuki 5-0, 6-0,
6-1.
Yeah, Moran's 12-3 to me bodes much better.
Yeah, for sure. We got Antonio Figueiredo, but really it's Tonio, right?
It's Tonio.
Sometimes. Antonio Figueiredo, he's from the United States. He's fighting Takaya Suzuki. He's from Japan. 5-minute rounds, 125. This belt is vacant, or is it not?
I'm pretty sure it's vacant. But I have no idea why.
Wow. Gumby stumped for once. We have some good odds for this one too. Basically, this one is another pick 'em fight pretty much. We're going to start with Suzuki, 6-1 with 4 knockouts. He's been knocked out once. This is a debut for Fury. He's won 6 straight, 4 straight via TKO. He's not lost since April 2022. Used to fight at 135, 5 years younger than Figueiredo, an inch taller, -110. Faux show is Figueiredo, FOSHOW, all one word. 5-0 with 4 knockouts. All those fights taking place in Fury. TKO win in his last bout. Used to fight at 135, -125.
So this is an interesting one for me because I was already familiar with Tonio Figueiredo. He's a guy who I've seen fight a bunch in Fury. I was not familiar with Takaya Suzuki. So when I saw the name Antonio Figueiredo, that he was fighting for the flyweight belt, and I was like, why not Paris Moran? I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to do some research on Takaya Suzuki. I'm blown away. Takaya Suzuki is amazing. I've really enjoyed watching this guy's highlight reel. All this fight, one of his fights, the ref says, let's go, drops the hand down. He literally sprinted across the cage, kneed the dude in the face, and then walked away. It was 4 seconds. The fight was over. And it's not even his most impressive fight because the way this dude snipes from range is incredible. He's got crazy knockout power, crazy knockout power for a flyweight. I really like the way he keeps range and stuff like that. And it's hard for me to say this because I'm gonna take Takaya Suzuki. I really love Tonio Figueiredo. I love the way this guy fights. He's got really nice pressure. He mixes up the levels really well. And I'm not necessarily talking about grappling to striking, but he works the body and then works the head, and he does a good job of making his combinations work for him with both levels. And I like that. He's got really nice pressure. He's really measured in his striking, which will probably play pretty well against Suzuki, being that you can't be a guy who overthrows against Suzuki because that will definitely get you slept in almost no time. But I just don't know that there's enough there for me to about Tonio that I think would work against Suzuki. He's got a really nice straight, and he himself is deadly with his knockout power. But Suzuki just seems more diverse to me. He's quicker on the feet. His footwork, I think, is a little bit smarter in terms of staying away from the big shot on the other side and then being there to counter. Again, Figueiredo doesn't overextend himself, so that's good, and it might save him a little bit here. But ultimately, I think when it comes down to it, just man, and maybe it's the level of competition, but Suzuki blew me away for a guy who I was not very familiar with his game going into this fight. Like, it shocked me how good this guy looks at flyweight at only 6-1. So I'm going to take Takaya Suzuki slight underdog here.
Yeah, someone in our Discord, I can't remember who, was saying he was thinking about going to Fury to see the Figueiredo fight, but really it's Suzuki you should see fight, right?
Yeah, well, I think he said Suzuki versus Figueiredo. He was jacked up about. And I said something about loving Tonio, and it was probably before I did this research because I do love Tonio. Like, shout out to Tonio Figueiredo, but like, man, Takaya Suzuki's so fun too. This fight will, like, if you're gonna tune into some Sunday fights, and you should always tune into Sunday fights. Like, make sure this one's at the top of your priority level, that like you didn't turn it off before this one started.
Yep. And they're still on UFC Fight Pass, so you don't have to search around for it. That's where
you don't have to go to Vice TV.
Exactly. Whatever that is. All right, before we get to the main event, let me tell you about Underdog. How about Underdog is your home for pick'em entries where you win up to 5,000 times your entry. Underdog is bringing the playoff magic all playoffs long. Every playoff weekend, open the Underdog app to see what promos are waiting for you. Gummy's got some waiting for you right now.
Sure, let's go Saturday. We've got the Broncos versus the Bills. I'm going to take Bo Nix, but I'm going to take him a little bit more unconventionally. I'm going to take the higher than on his rushing yards. I think the Bills are going to get in his face a little bit. It's going to cause him to roll out a touch, and we're going to see him rack up the rushing yards. So give me the higher than on Bo Nix's rushing yards.
All right. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 to get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code MMASGPN. And Rhythm has crushed NFL this season, especially on props. Last season, they were even better in the playoffs. Tried 2-0 on interception props, 21-13 on rushing attempt props. Super easy to sign up, run predictions off the house model, or make your own and play with these sliders. Gumby, play, please.
Sure, let's stick with that same game. I'm going to take the Broncos laying the points. I'm a believer in the Broncos right now, and I think the Bills are ripe to be beat here. So give me the Broncos laying the points.
All right. Looking to go premium, use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. So download Rhythm, RITHMM, promo code SGPN25. All right, main event. It's a double title fight card here. We got bantamweight title going on. Last year, Abdul Kamara is the champion. This one is not vacant. He's from Sierra Leone. He is fighting Matheus Silva from Brazil. So we have some international flavor here.
Also, real quick for anybody doing their own research, you're not going to find Matheus Silva out there many times. You're going to find a lot of Teek Silva.
Right.
So that's TEEIK. You'll find a lot more of him out there if you search for that.
There you go. And he looks a million years old because he's dyed his beard and his hair like
white,
grayish white. Yeah, white. So he looks very, very old. All right, let's tell you about Teek first. Teek Silva, the challenger, 9-3, 5 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted once, 1-0 in Fury. He is the featherweight champion in the promotion. So we got a champ versus champ fight here. Not feather. Did I say featherweight? Yeah, that's right. Featherweight. Win over his last 3, 2-3 over his last 5. TKO win in his last bout. He's not lost since July 2023. He's fought at flyweight and featherweight, as I mentioned. 2012 pro MMA debut. 1-0 in pro karate. 4 years younger than Kamara, plus 250. The reborn king, Kamara, 10-2. 1 knockout, 5 submissions. He's been knocked out twice. 5-1 in Fury, and is the champion of bantamweight. He's won 2 straight. He's won 8 of 9. Used to fight at featherweight. 0-1 is pro boxer. 4 inches taller than Silva, minus 400.
This is another tough one for me, but I'm actually going to go underdog again. I'm going to take Matheus Teek Silva. And look, I like Kamara a lot too. I again feel bad doing this, especially because Figueiredo and Kamara were both on my other podcast this week. And like, both are great guys. I think Kamara's got a really high ceiling. I actually think his ceiling is higher than Matheus Silva. He's a guy who, first of all, he beat Mana Martinez last time out. Clearly his wrestling defense can hold up because Mana can really, grapple with the best of them. He's really patient. But I think my problem here is just like how patient he is sometimes, I think gets him caught. In Matheus Silva, like, just to be straight up on Teek Silva, I don't know how good he is, but he is devastating in how much he hurts people with his hands. Like, the damage this dude, go back and watch his lone karate combat fight. it is one of the most devastating knockouts you've ever seen. He just hits people so hard and they go right to sleep. And like you can see it in his MMA fights too, that like sometimes he loses to guys that he definitely shouldn't lose to. Like I think he lost to Chris Matino, just because like Matino grappled a little bit. I don't know that Kamara will grapple enough for it. And like the other thing, like I said, is sometimes Kamara is just like a little bit too patient with what he's doing. And he'll like go to do a move and then he'll like almost back away when he doesn't like the look of what he started with. And there's no shame in that, right? Like you should be able to not just overcommit to a move. Like overcommitting is its own, negative thing. But like my problem here is just like what's going to happen when he moves in on one shot that he likes and decides not to and is just like too hittable there? Because I really just think it takes one from Teak Silva to completely sleep you and take the title off your waist. So at plus 250, right? 250, is that what you quoted me here?
Yep.
Yeah, at plus 250, I just think Teak Silva is too much of a value. Even if Kamara, like I said, has the higher ceiling, I'm going to take Teak Silva.
All right, he's got Silva, he's got Suzuki, he's got Moran. After I put you down for Moran, now you're locked in. He's got Holmes, he's got Todrank. And I think he has some lightning round plays, that Bang Boom Pow, for all the amateur fights, obviously.
Yeah, the first one I'm going to take is Justin Longoria. You're not going to find him at a playable price. He's probably even worse than Paris Moran. I can't explain for the life of me why that dude is not fighting Paris Moran, because they're both fighting bums. But the guy's got, I think he's 5-1-1. He's got really sick jiu-jitsu. He's another guy from, I want to say he's the MMA lab guy. But Longoria, way too good to be fighting the guy he is. If you can find him a playable or you want to roll him into a parlay, that'd be the guy. And then I'm also going to take Anthony Chung. Anthony Chung is a guy who's 0-0, making his pro debut here. But I've seen a lot of his amateur work. 5-0 as an amateur. Really good groundwork. Nice rear naked choke. I think he's got 2 or 3 rear naked chokes in his 5 rounds. He's also an MMA lab guy. And like you tend to see when they decide to make their pro debut, it's usually at a time that like makes a lot of sense. And he's 5-0 and just been running through opponents. So, I think pretty highly of him, and obviously John Crouch does too. Those will be my 2 lightning round pays. I'll take Anthony Chung and Justin Longoria.
Okay, you're set for Fury 113 now. We'll be in the Discord chatting about that and many other things. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. Of course, YouTube, MMA Gambling Podcast. Twitter, SGPN MMA, at Gumby Vreeland, at Jeff Fox Writer, at Jeff Fox Writer, Instagram, moneymma.substack.com is my Substack. Top Turtle MMA is Gumby's podcast, other podcasts, and you interviewed some people from this here show, right?
Yeah, both the guys I picked against in the co-main event and main event, Antonio Figueiredo and Abdul Kamara. Love both the guys. Shout out to both of those guys. But both of them, very interesting interviews.
Yep. So he's not being biased.
I'm never biased. And
yep.
This is I'm going to point back to this episode in the past.
Exactly. Yep. All right. And we're at sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Remember, 2026 at checkout will get you 10% off. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. We'll be back. Regular schedule next week. Gumby will bid you farewell now.
All right. I'm dating Gumby Vreeland. He's the girl bull, Jeff Fox. And we will see you on Sunday.